Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we are back here on Pokemon Showdown today. Going to be hitting up the ladder with this nice Choice Band Feraligatr team right here. This team actually brought me back up to the 1600s, back to a recordable ranking on this account. I was usually in the 1500s on this account, but we ended up going like 7 wins in a row when testing, which was really cool. So hopefully we can continue our win streak right here and go ahead and maybe move up to the top 500 today. That would definitely be very ideal, but let's quickly go over the team right here. Nice Choice Band Feraligatr. I really like it because a lot of teams just have like Assault Vest Tangrowth as their water resist, and Liquidation just completely blows that back. It does like 40%, and then you also have that nice, well, I guess you don't have the defense drop chance with Sheer Force, but it still weakens it for stuff like Tapu Koko, which is definitely very cool. Speaking of, nice Shuca Berry Tapu Koko right here. Definitely helps out with Landorus T. HP Ice Landorus T. It's kind of a problem to this team depending on the set. Flynium is really the set that this team struggles with, so this can definitely help out that. SD-Mega Scizor right here. I don't use it very often, but I've actually been liking it quite a lot lately, so we're going to roll with SD-Mega Scizor right here. No Defog, we're just running U-Turn Roost. Nice Choice Scarf Lando right here. Full forms of Volt Turn Core with Koko and Scizor. And then ICMZ Kyurem Black and Assault Vest Tangrowth, which is our pretty much best Tapu Koko switch in on this team, as well as Ash Greninja, so that's why you have nice Regenerator AV Tangrowth right here. And yeah, that's going to be the team. It'll be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out alongside me, of course. And I'll be right back with our first game. Alright, we got a game right here. We're facing a pretty standard looking balance build, but it actually has a Hydreigon on it, so kind of surprised about that, but I think our Assault Vest Tangrowth can definitely take that on. Kyurem Black does a ton of work right here. We just click Ice Beam and Fusion Bolt, along with Earth Power through his entire team, which is cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and just lead off here with my... I'm kind of expecting Mega Alakazam to be his lead of choice, just because it can do really well against a lot of my more offensive threats, so I think Feraligatr can take that hit. He's actually going to lead off with Hydreigon, which I don't really want to take a Specs Draco with this turn 1. I could Ice Punch and try to knock him out, but we should actually live anything he wants to go for. I'll Ice Punch right here. I'm expecting either like a Draco Meteor, which I'm pretty sure we will live, or a U-turn, so I could also just Earthquake, predicting Toxapex to come out, but on the off chance he just stays in and attacks me, I would love to Ice Punch. He switches out. Hopefully he goes like Landorus. That would make no sense, because Ice Punch is a very safe play right here. If he's expecting a Dragon Dance set, he might go hard into Alakazam, just because I'm pretty sure Alakazam outspeeds +1 Feraligatr every time, so if he makes that play, that would be great. Ice Punch damage would be really great, but his primary switch-ins right here should be either Ferrothorn or Toxapex, yeah, so I wanted to Earthquake and expect it, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead and Ice Punch that. And now I gotta switch out into something right here. I can probably just go hard Tapu Koko. We can defog any T-Specs the way he wants to put up. And that looks good to me. So he's actually going to double out into the Hydreigon. Could be Scarf with Earth Power, judging on how he U-turned out turn 1. I'm really expecting it to be Scarf, so I'm actually going to switch out here into my Tangrowth. Just expecting it to be Choice Scarf once again, because Scarf Hydreigon definitely looks like could be a problem too, like SD Scizor, if it has Flamethrower or Fire Blast on this thing, that could actually be kind of annoying right now. Yeah, that's definitely kind of annoying too, because it also outspeeds my Choice Scarf Landorus in the back, so we're actually going to go ahead and switch out to Tangrowth on the Ferrothorn. I can regenerate whatever he wants to do, and he can't Leech Seed my Tangrowth, so I'm just going to throw off a knockoff and get rid of his, I'm assuming, leftovers, yeah. As he just throws up a Spike right there, and I can just go ahead and bring out my SD Scizor right here. And I think I'll U-turn out and then bring in Landorus as he brings in his U-turn and then defog the Spike away, because that's going to be really annoying, this Hazard right here, so hopefully that can work out. SD Scizor actually does a ton of work, if it wasn't for Toxapex mainly, but yeah, what I can do is go ahead and... Would he stay in right away? I think he's going to go hard Trend right now, so I'm going to U-turn, yeah. And this will allow me to bring in my Landorus right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and defog this away. If he stays in Magma Storms, I wouldn't agree with it, but it would definitely work out for him, because he would just get rid of me actually, because I would be locked into defog. That would be pretty unfortunate, but I think you go your own Landorus every time, yeah. So we're able to defog his hazards away. I'll just go back to... I want to make an offensive switch. It's kind of been a little not very momentum giving right now. I'll just go Kyurem Black right here, as he tried to catch my own Lando with the Hidden Power Ice. Now I get to finally get it started and start firing off some attacks. I think I can start it off with the Fusion Bolt, just because, well, Ferrothorn can come in. I think he might go Toxapex, and we wouldn't take Iron Barb's damage anyway, so that did not do as much as I was expecting. Would he just recover spam? I only have 8 of these, so that's definitely like a really defensive set. I'm going to go Tapu Koko right here. I think I might just Scout one turn instead. Yeah, let's see if he wants to choke one turn and just go for a Fusion Bolt, and then if he recovers, then I will make the switch. He might also just go hard Hydreigon, expecting another Fusion Bolt right here. Nobody would ever click the Ice type move. That would make very little sense, but I think I'm probably going to try to go for a game with my Tapu Koko later. So that does, yeah, he's going to try to go for T-Spec, and that's exactly why I did that, because now I get to go ahead, and I think just click Earth Power. It'll hit everything because of Terravolt anyway. So I'll go ahead and Earth Power right here as he brings out the Ferrothorn. That's in range of my Z move now, so I'll go ahead and click that. I'm pretty sure if he pivots back to Toxapex, it just faints at this point too. So, well, it is max defense Toxapex, so that could actually end up mattering. I think he stays in, though. He's going to actually pivot to Heatran. Very good switch on his part. And that's actually really unfortunate for me. I got to Earth Power again now. As he's still giving me damage on Ferrothorn, so it's not really the worst scenario right here. I would charge up a Free Shock, but then it just gives him Toxapex for free. Let me switch out here into my Scizor. He tries to Leech Seed me. Definitely a little bit unfortunate on the miss. I'll go ahead and just U-turn. He's going to stay in that turn. I don't want him leech seeding anything, but at the same time I don't want that getting poisoned, so I'll bring out this. Let's just go right for the Leech Seed, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'll go ahead and U-turn out anyway, just because I feel like, yeah, you're going to try to switch out and just try to keep your Toxic Spike up. So I can just bring out my Scizor right here and probably just U-turn again, or Roost. Roost is fine. If he goes hard Tran, though, that's a little bit problematic. I'll go for the slow U-turn, though, because he's going to go for a U-turn of his own. And obviously bring out the Tran right there. So I get to bring out my Landers right here and just probably Earthquake this time. I feel like he might stay in and just click the Fire type move. So let's hope that happens and we get rid of Tran, because that's really going to open up the door for Mega Scizor. Especially since he gave me so much damage on Toxapex earlier. So if he stays in right here and we get this play right, that would be great. If not, then I'm going to have to pivot out again, which would definitely be unfortunate. But I think we might be able to defog later. And we do get that right there. So we're able to go ahead and knock out the Heatran. Brings out Alakazam, which I don't think takes this attack. I mean, he will get Intimidate, but it'll take like a good amount of damage. 63, as he just fires off a Psychic, and that's actually not able to knock me out. I still think I can use this Mon right here, so I'm going to actually switch out here into my Scizor, as he does go out into this Landers T right here. So we can definitely T-Spec, get rid of the T-Spec later if we want to. I'll just Roost. Now that the Tran is gone, I'm not too stressed out about anything. He might bring out Toxapex to recover. He just goes for Earthquake, which I can just SD up now, and it might be game. Because I'm pretty sure U-turn, well, I would have to U-turn on Toxapex. He's just going to go ahead and forfeit. Yeah, I don't think I agree with him sacking Tran that turn. She should have definitely switched out, because even though I could have defogged her T-Spec away, you could have tried to get Regenerator back with Toxapex, but we're able to pick up the win, and now we're actually in the 1600s. That gave us quite a few points. Drop a GG in case he's still around, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, got another game right here. Unfortunately, we did not really get to see Feraligatr in action that last match, but I think if we can predict right here, we can actually be put in a really good spot. Now, he actually doesn't have very good Feraligatr switch-ins. His best thing is like Tapu Bulu, and depending on what he leads off with, I might just be able to net a kill with Feraligatr right away. So I think that's actually worth it, because the bad leads would be like Torn. And even if he leads off with Torn, I can just pivot to like Tapu Koko or something. So we'll do the Feraligatr, as he does lead off with Tapu Bulu right there. So that's a little bit problematic. I highly doubt we OHKO with Banded Ice Punch. It is Sheer Force, but I still highly doubt it. Let me calc. Actually, I'm not going to bother. He could be Scarf anyway. Switching out here is always the correct decision. Let's go Scizor, as he's going to try to go for Horn Leech, yeah. And we are able to eat that up. I can just go ahead and U-turn on the incoming Heatran right here. I don't think you stay in ever. I mean, he could go Gliscor too to get the Tox score, but he's just going to bring out Heatran. And now I get to bring out Feraligatr, and we're going to try to get this started right now. I'm just going to click Liquidation right away. I know he can go Tapu Bulu, but I have a safe Tapu Bulu switch in, so this is going to probably die in one. Yep, it's just out of there. That's so funny. He was defensive Torn, or some sort of Torn with some bulk right there too, as you saw the Rocky Helmet. Brings out Tapu Bulu again. I kind of want to make a mid-ground play to both this and Heatran. I think I'm going to go cure him, because I think he might double out, but if he stays in, it's fine too. As he actually goes for the superpower that time. That's the one thing that I wasn't expecting. That's kind of unfortunate. I can go ahead and just probably fire off my Z move right here, because I know I take the next superpower because of the drop. Let me Earth Power. It's lagging a bit. Don't know why. But let's go ahead and Earth Power right here. I think he might try to pivot into Mega Mawile too. Tyranitar is fine. I can go ahead and just hit this with the Earth Power and then follow it up with my Sub-Zero Slammer. He's going to try to Scarf Pursuit me, but I'm not going to let that happen. We're able to knock that out. Really surprised we actually O-code like some bulky Torn in one hit. I can't let the Swords Dance for free, so I'm just going to Earth Power right here. I know Sucker Punch is like the click, but I don't want to like throw. Because what this will allow me to do is, he's very weak to Scarf Lando. I mean, kind of. He still has Blue Gliscor, so never mind. He's really not weak to Scarf. Let me go ahead and just go out into my Tapu Koko and just throw out a nice Volt Switch right here. I can take the Sucker Punch. I don't want to get Player Off on this. He's going to bring out Tapu Bulu, which is totally cool with me. Probably should have kept my Kyurem alive, but what I can do here is bring out my Mega Scizor and just U-turn out. And we can make that work, because the moment he goes back to Heatran, I get to bring in my Feraligatr once again right here, and just hit him with another Liquidation, I think. I wanted to go for Ice Punch, but this will still do a really good amount. Yeah, that's not bad damage, because I'll just go Scizor right here on the Horn Leech. She got a lot of health back anyway. It's because of the terrain. Goes back to that. I'll Ice Punch it this time. He has to go Tapu Bulu every time, I think. Yeah, so we're able to Ice Punch that. And probably knock it out. Yeah, now he's just in a bad spot. I can go Landorus right here, as I know we take a +1 Sucker Punch from full, so I can just Earthquake this out of here. I mean, I guess because of terrain, we wouldn't have done as much as I wanted, but that's fine. At this point, Feraligatr just comes in every time and claims. So I'll go Tangrowth as he tries to Swords Dance, which is a little bit of a problem. I can just HP Ice this though, that's not doing enough. And he can't restall me. Well, he can actually, because well, I can Giga Drain. Alright, let me hit in Power Ice right here. He's getting every read right. Okay, let me hit in Power Ice again. And now I'll Giga Drain. Just prevent him from recovering enough to become a problem, because now what this allows me to do is just bring out Tapu Koko, hit him with that HP Ice. I do have a Shuca Berry in case we somehow don't knock him out. He has to go Tran, as that had literally 0. I'll Volt right here. This should be over, because I'll just bring in Gator right here and click Liquidation again. Goes right back to Gliscor. I'll just hit in Power Ice here. Is he trying to recover out of range? I don't think that'll matter. I have a Shuca Berry, so let me Volt out and bring out Feraligatr. As he goes for Magma Storm and misses, don't think that would have made a difference, because the moment he sacked Tapu Bulu on that Ice Punch prediction, I actually just win with Liquidation, so we're able to knock that out. Brings out Mawile. I guess I might as well just Liquidation this. Do a nice 82. He actually misses a Player Off. He was in range of Aqua Jet there anyway, and I'm pretty sure we actually took that hit too. And Liquidation should be able to knock this out. He's not able to knock me out. So Feraligatr picking up the last like 3 kills right there too. I don't think any of the endgame hacks right there would have made a difference, but drop a GG in case he's still around, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, we got another game right here. I actually checked the footage of the last one, and Feraligatr actually picked up every kill on that match except for the Tyranitar, which is really cool, but I think this guy probably leads off with either the Tyranitar or the Landorus T, so I think Kyurem's fine right here. I can't lead Koko because I do need to keep it healthy for the Hawlucha, so I can go ahead and just fire off my Z move. I don't know if he would pivot out into Magearna turn 1, and this might be able to OHKO if he's running a more offensive set, so let's find out right here whether we're able to knock him out. Mega Tyranitar is so bulky. Goes right for Dragon Dance right there. He's in range of my Bullet Punch, and I can just go ahead and pivot to Scizor. He could Fire Punch right here, predicting that. I'm going to Ice Beam. I think he Fire Punches, not Stone Edge. He's going to try to Pursuit me. Okay, that was like the one play I would never make. You should Stone Edge there every time. But I felt like as though he might Fire Punch or do something other than Stone Edge, so we're able to go ahead and get that right as he brings out this. I know it's probably Z-Celebrate Victini, and I can't go Tangrowth on this because he just Volts out, sets that up, and sweeps me probably, so I'm just going to go ahead and stay in right here and fire off another nice Ice Beam, as he's going to go right for the Light Screen right there, so interesting play. I can go ahead and charge up a Freeze Shock, I think. I don't think he has good responses. Let me hit him up with a Freeze Shock right now. We might be able to knock him out behind the screens, which would be really cool. If he goes Magearna, I will be forced to go Tangrowth, and if he doubles to Victini on that, it might be GG. But you're able to live that attack. Hopefully this knocks him out. It does knock him out through screens, which is really nice for us. Let's see what he brings in next. Probably, if I had to guess Magearna, but he could bring out whatever he wants. goes hard into Hawlucha now. I'll just Fusion Bolt, because I can't let you set up. I know you have a screen up, but this is a max attack on under the terrain. And that still does a really good amount of damage. And I know for a fact I take a hit with both Tapu Koko and Scizor, so I still take the hit with Tapu Koko right here, unless he has Poison Jab, which would just be unfortunate. But let me T-Bolt, as it should be able to just knock him out right here. And it should also prevent setup from some of his other Pokemon. Maybe not Victini. Victini's looking like just a giant problem. I think we're going to get swept by Z-Celebrate. Goes for High Jump Kick. We will be able to live that attack. And T-Bolt's going to be able to knock that out, which is cool. We're now in range of the Landorus' Earthquake, even with the Shuca Berry, which is pretty unfortunate. Now, if he goes Magear now, what am I doing to that? I think I have to pivot to Scizor. But then he goes Victini and just sweeps me. We do have Aqua Jet pressure in the back, though, so maybe we won't get swept by Victini. Aqua Jet's looking like a pretty cool win con right here, if we can weaken Magear now. Goes Victini now, which I probably just a Volt Switch on into Landorus, as he does go right for that Z-Celebrate. I'm pretty sure we take a stored power or Searing Shot or anything, so let me just Earthquake him right here into range of my Aqua Jet, and then try to do that. The problem is if yeah, so we are able to live that hit. He gets to burn, no. And now we're doing no damage. We would have done 36, and I'm pretty sure that would have been enough after the Reflect goes down to be in range of Aqua Jet, but now we'd probably just lose. Unless Tangrowth can probably take a hit. Definitely doesn't take a +1 Searing Shot. Yeah, I think that crit just messed me, that burn just messed me up. Unless Gator takes one. Does Gator take a stored power from a Victini with a lot of stat boosts? Let's put Z-Celebrate on here, and just put a pretty standard offensive Feraligatr. Stored power does that much. Let's say he just has 4 stat boosts right here. We have one in special attacker, so we do take a stored power actually, so let me Liquidation. Yeah, so we're able to live that attack and probably knock him out right here. So maybe it's not over. But he would probably go, I think, Landorus. He goes Magear now, which I outspeed, and this is a banded Liquidation, so this is going to hurt. Probably put him in range of my Aqua Jet after I switch out. Not even. But Aqua Jet plus Bullet Punch should do it. So let me just go ahead and sack off my Tapu Koko. Bring out my Scizor right here. Hit him with that Bullet Punch, I think. And then, depending on the Lando set, we might end up losing. If it's Rock Polish with like Flinium, we might lose it there, but that burn was just what really set me back. So he's able to not knock me out, which is cool. I can just go ahead and Bullet Punch right here. Or do I take the Aqua Jet kill and then prevent him from... No, I think I'll just Bullet Punch. He switches out, which is a really interesting play considering how weak that Pokemon is right now. But what I can do is go ahead and just Roost up right here. Or do I just Bullet Punch him into range of Aqua Jet? I probably need Swords Dances, to be honest. Let me Swords Dance, and now let me Bullet Punch him into range of Jet. And maybe Feraligatr can pick up these last 2 kills right here. That would be pretty nice. But we're able to Bullet Punch right there, and that should be... actually exploded. Yeah, and that's going to be the game. Unfortunate that Feraligatr couldn't pick up the kills, but we definitely win right now. So, kind of scary with the Searing Shot burn on Lando. That definitely nearly lost me the game right there, but we were able to bring it back. Drop a GG in the chat, and I'll be right back with another match. Got another match right here. I'm actually hoping we get the opportunity to Ice Punch that incoming Mega Latias with our Feraligatr. That would probably do a really nice amount of damage, and it would just be really cool to see. But Kieran Black pretty much tears through this guy. It's a really big win con right here. I want to try to keep rocks off, and my way of preventing rocks from Heatran is with my Feraligatr, so let me just go ahead and lead off with it. He leads off with Tapu Koko, which is not ideal, obviously. Let me just switch out to Tangrowth right here. It will give him rocks if he U-turns to Heatran, which is unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure he'd take a Magma Storm, so let me just go ahead and hit him with that Earthquake right here. Because I think your rocks up, not Magma Storm. We'll definitely take that hit. I mean, obviously, it's pretty bad that... Actually, that burn. I kind of didn't realize that would weaken my Earthquake. Let me switch out. I need to get this Regenerator health and just be out of range of Tapu Koko. This might have been a bad decision. Let me just leave it in. Yeah, he's going to do that. And now we're in the back already, which is pretty bad. Now I know he's going to Lava Plume here again, obviously. No reason not to. Okay, but we weaken Tran, which, how does that benefit me? It definitely helps out Tapu Koko quite a lot, but He just still just has a Tangrowth, but it could help out my Mega Scizor too. Mega Scizor might be able to win after we weaken this in Toxapex. Let me bring out my Kyurem Black right here and start to fire off some hits. I think I'll start it off with a nice Terrain Fusion Bolt. And to go from there, because if he goes hard Lottie and he's fast with a Dragon type move, it's gonna suck, but anything else we might be fine, and we can Defog later to prevent Kyurem from taking any more hits. So this is not gonna be able to take this hit very well. Actually took it decently well. He's gonna Dazzle right here, I think. Yeah, let me bring out Mega Scizor on the U-turn. Okay, so I could have stayed in and just fired off another Fusion Bolt, but I'm pretty sure Terrain just would have disappeared, so it wouldn't have really been worth it anyway. As it brings out this thing right here. Now, Scizor is my win condition for sure, so there's no way I can leave it in. I just gotta hope this doesn't get Lava Plume burnt, as thankfully we don't. And let me just hit him with that. Let me just hit him with the Earthquake. Or do I Ice Punch expecting Lottie? Or do I just Liquidation first? I gotta make a prediction. It's either Earthquake or Ice Punch. Let me Ice Punch right here. Because Earthquake also hits what's in front of me, and it covers Toxapex, but it doesn't cover Tangrowth or Clefable, but neither does Ice Punch anyway, so let me just Earthquake right here. As he does go Tangrowth, I should have Ice Punched. Alright, I'm just gonna try to use this as an opportunity to Defog, and then I knew he would switch out, so I probably should have just done something else. He goes for a Rock Slide on AV Tangrowth. Why Rock Slide on Feraligatr? Anyway, let me Defog. Knocks me out. I get to bring back my Kyurem here though, and I'm gonna make a little bit of a prediction and just go for Fusion Bolt, expecting Toxapex, because that's one of the things that's standing in the way of my thing too. So we're able to get that prediction correct, and now what I can do is just go ahead and Fusion Bolt again. So that thing's out of the way. So Mega Scizor should be able to win this if we can get rid of Tran now. Tran's the last thing that's standing in the way of that. Feraligatr does threaten Tran. Tapu Koko might be able to lure it out too, but realistically there's no reason not to go Tangrowth on that mon. So judging from the fact that you U-turned out with Koko last time, he might not actually have Dazzling Gleam, which would be really good for me. But just those early turns that set me back are really what's probably going to make the difference in this game. I just need to hope he throws away Tran at some point and I'm able to sweep. He goes out into Clefable, which I can try to switch out against, but I think that's definitely not the play I wanted to make. But it worked out because he protected. Let me Sub-Zero Slammer now and do a ton of damage to that. Clean. Okay, now let me bring out this right here and just hit him with the Volt Switch, I think. Yeah, that looks good. And I need to hope to like not HP Fire Lottie too. Goes right for the Protect. And I'm assuming he'll just sack this. It's in range of everything. This might be our first L right here, which would definitely be unfortunate after getting like 9 wins in a row, but it's fine. Yeah, so he's gonna sack that Mon. I can pretty safely bring out nothing right here. Nothing comes in safely. Let me bring out my Feraligatr, and maybe he'll try to like... Does Aqua Jet knock out Tapu Koko? If it does, then we might be able to make something happen. Koko. Let's just say Specs. Liquidation, yeah, Aqua Jet's not going to be doing enough. Actually, maybe, because I don't have the Choice Band on here. Choice Band, Sheer Force, Aqua Jet. Not enough. Do I just go for the crit, or do I switch that to Tapu Koko again? Let's go for this crit. We're not able to knock him out right there. And what I have to do is bring out my Tapu Koko now. And probably Volt Switch, I think, is the play. I just need to try to trap him in this Volt Turn Vortex, because I can bring out this. He just brings out Heatran right here and throws off the Lava Plume. If we were like fast Scizor right here with like superpower, we might have been able to do it. He brings out this once again. I obviously have to switch out, as he just straight up knocked me out because of the burn, which is kind of unfortunate, but he would have been able to pivot to that thing anyway. And there's no way I can win at this point, so we're going to go ahead and forfeit. Unfortunate first L right there, but it is what it is, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, got another game right here. I just played a game, and unfortunately I did not hit record. I actually ended up losing because the guy ended up getting 5 Shuriken hits, and then getting a crit Shuriken hit when he got this Battle Bond, so that was pretty annoying, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and play this one right here. This guy has a pretty balanced team. I feel like we played this guy just earlier, but he's very weak to my Scizor, so let me just lead off here with my Tapu Koko. Leads right off with the Clef just to probably get up rocks right away. He's very weak to Tapu Koko too. I'm going to T-Bolt right away. Get that nice 2-hit KO going. Just T-Bolt again right here. So hopefully we get the same roll and we actually knock him out. That would be great. Goes right out into Tapu Bulu, which makes sense. I could have actually defogged right there, but I can just volt out here and try to defog with my Lando later, or even this later, depending on what I have it out against. But right here, my play is always into my Mega Scizor, as I can just go ahead and just bullet punch him right here. I feel like he might actually give me damage considering he got an SD up, but if I were him, I would always go Scizor. He does stay in, Zapdos, sorry. He does stay in. What's that Z move? That did absolutely nothing. As what I'll actually do right here is just Roost. Based on that damage, we always take the superpower. I can just Roost up, and it'll be a good time. And now we're at full health for this, so couldn't have asked for that to go any better. And I can just go ahead and pivot out here into... I don't want to have anything take a Heat Wave. I'll make the Tapu Koko play to defog these away. As much as Tapu Koko does work, like, I need to get rid of these hazards now. So let me go ahead and defog right here. And then... pretty much as long as I can U-turn on Zapdos and bring out my Kyurem without getting static paralyzed, we'll be in a pretty fine spot. So let me Volt Switch right here and try to do exactly what I was talking about just now and U-turn out on this. So he should know that I'm trying to go out into my thing. He actually goes right back out into Zapdos, which we get initiative that I wanted. I was trying to maneuver that so I got initiative by going into Scizor and then U-turning as he went back out into Zapdos, but now we get back into the position that I wanted, and the problem is we don't have our terrain up to 2-hit KO that Scizor, so let me actually double out. Let me hit him up with that nice Feraligatr right here, as he actually brings out Clefable. Oh, come on, let me knock this out with Banded Liquidation. That would be so funny. Come on, you should expect Dragon Dance, right? Oh, it doesn't even knock him out. What? He goes for Moonblasts, and it's a crit Spit F Trap. I was wondering why that did so much, but we get to hit Liquidation again, and do some work. We're still out of range of a lot of attacks. We probably don't outspeed this. I mean, we might if it's defensive Zapdos. I'm Liquidationing. I don't want this recovering right here, as we do outspeed and no static para entirely, so that's really good for us. And we got some grassy terrain recovery right there. That's nice. Glad I stayed in too, because Zapdos roosting would have been really annoying for us, but let's see what his next decision is right here. Brings out his Mega Scizor. I can probably Liquidation this. Do some nice damage. Nice 2-hit KO. He's definitely offensive U-turn based on that. Offensive Swords Dance Mega Scizor makes a lot of sense. Probably could have switched that out to be honest, but Kyurem Black just applies the pressure now that we actually got that play right. So now I can go ahead and just bring out my Tapu Koko here and hit him with that nice Volt. Because we do have a Shuca Berry, so if he goes Zygarde, it's not an issue. And I just want to get terrain up for when I bring back Kyurem, which is pretty much the main thing right here. So he does go Zygarde, so that's fine. I can go ahead and hit him Power Ice. Unless he's banded, we guarantee take this 1,000 arrows right here. So that's looking pretty good. Alternatively, I can be smart and just go Landorus, but like that puts me in a bad spot anyway because he just gets to go Scizor and Roost. So let me hit him Power Ice. As he tries to Dragon Dance, I don't know if we take this 1,000 arrows now, but at the very least we won't get swept. So hopefully he goes for 1,000 arrows and we live. That would be great because of Shuca. Because that way we can also set up terrain later. So can we live this? Nah, we can't. That's unfortunate. I really wanted to live that, but now that he's shown Dragon Dance, is he actually Dragon Dance Dragonium? The answer to that is probably yes. That might have put me in the back a little bit. Let me go for Hidden Power Ice right here. As we barely miss out, but he actually tries to sub up for whatever reason, so we take that, and now he's very weak to Kyurem Black still. Problem is I don't have terrain, so we're walled by Scizor. And I think he goes hard Scizor right now and tries to Roost, yeah. Alright, my play is to try to SD up alongside him then. And see who has better coverage. Because I'm the defensive set, so we might be able to make this work. Are we just going to both get up to +6? Or does he have superpower? If he has superpower, then it's definitely over. Goes right for U-turn. Why did he U-turn? Okay, so I think he might have just thrown. Because this definitely does to Bullet Punch. And I can probably Roost right here up to... Well, does he have Flamethrower? He might have Flamethrower. Let me Bullet Punch, just be safe. We probably knock out Greninja at +6. So we're able to go ahead and knock that out. This probably goes down. That's not knocking me out. But now that I know he's going for Shuriken, let me just switch out here into Kyurem, I think. I'm still going to lose to Scizor though, so like what's the point of doing that? How healthy was Scizor when it switched out? 92, yeah, I gotta keep this alive. Let me switch to Tangrowth. Would he double to Scizor right here? He'd made the Scizor double. I should have stayed in and bullet punched. That might be game. Probably is game. He's offensive SD though, so maybe we can make this work. Let me go out into this. Let me hit him with the Sub-Zero Slammer in case he wants to try to not bullet punch me right here. And then maybe we might be able to Earthquake spam at the Lando. And if a 2-hit KOs because he's the offensive set, we might be fine. Because we're not like a very offensive Scarf Lando, but like at the very least we might be able to 1v1. And that's really all I need, to be honest, 1v1ing this, because then I can probably take him on. Yeah, that's doing absolutely nothing. Did he show Roost earlier? He definitely did. I need to hope he chokes right here, as he does choke right there and goes right for that. It's not really a choke though, because I'm pretty sure he just bullet punches the rest of my team. There's the bullet punch. There's no way we're going to take this hit right here. Let me bullet punch. We're actually faster, but we actually do not knock him out. So yeah, that's unfortunately going to be that game right there. I really thought Kyurem Black plus Tapu Koko would have just destroyed him, but I guess SD Scizor with the offensive set definitely came through in the end for him right there, and that's definitely pretty unfortunate. I'll drop a GG in the chat right there. Hopefully we can at least win this next one and get back up to the 1600s before we end it off, and I'll be right back with that match. Alright, got our final match right here. Unfortunate that it's how the last one went, but this time I'm going to play my Kyurem Black a lot more smart, and also have to preserve Lander is pretty healthy here too. Definitely can sweep the Risk team after we get rid of Zapdos and we can Tangrowth. So let me go ahead and lead off right here with my Feraligatr, as he's going to lead off with Tyranitar, so I can just go ahead and probably just Banded Liquidation turn 1. Maybe he'll stay in and just decide to get knocked out in one hit. Where is my Feraligatr? That lived. Mega Tyranitar, man. Let me Liquidation again. Just because he doesn't actually have a good switch in. He can go defensive Zapdos, which won't appreciate it. So we're able to knock out Mega Tyranitar right away. Very good for us. Brings out his Excadrill, which doesn't knock me out. So let me go ahead and Liquidation this too. Knock that boy out. Feraligatr is not appearing. Let's see what his next play is. If he forfeits right here, I mean, we'll just end it. But he goes out into the Azumarill. I gotta probably Liquidation this thing into range of Fusion Bolt, as he does try to belly drum up. So he's gonna Aqua Jet here for sure, but it's not gonna be enough. This hits 218. What does Mega Scizor hit? 166. Alright, let's go for this and then bring out Kyurem, which I know takes +6 Aqua Jet with pretty easily. Actually, yeah. Now I can just go ahead and Fusion Bolt right here. Looks good to me. Yeah, that's not going to knock me out. We're able to knock that out. Brings out his Greninja. Let me just go out into Tangrowth. On a crit Dark Pulse, that might actually end up mattering. Do I pivot to Tapu Koko then? No. I need to Defog for Kyurem, and then we pretty much just win with it. Let me Giga Drain right here, as he brings out Tangrowth. I'm okay with knocking the Vest in exchange for my Vest. Am I? So we trade Vests. So that might make me weaker to his Greninja, but at the same time, Greninja's not OHKOing Scizor, and I'm not letting it get Battle Bond at any point anyway. So let me go out into Landers right here. Hidden Power Ice crits me, so I can't Defog. That's annoying, because now that thing is going to guarantee Battle Bond, but we might be able to win anyway. Maybe. We might be able to outlast him, so we knock that out. He's obviously going to go Greninja. I just click Fusion Bolt. Dark Pulse, I gotta go out into this now. T-Bolt this. And hope it 2-hit KOs Zapdos. That crit's just gonna mess me up because Kyurem Black could only switch in once. Oh, never mind, we got a crit back, so we're able to T-Bolt this now. And he has to go for flinches, because max HP Scizor definitely takes this hit. And if he surfs, then I just win with Tangrowth, so that looks good. Let me T-Bolt right here. Just goes right for the Hydro Pump. I'm pretty sure Tangrowth takes this hit and just Giga Drains it off. I'm almost positive. Or at least puts it in range of Bullet Punch, at the very least. He actually misses right there, but that definitely wouldn't have knocked me out. He's going to go ahead and forfeit. I mean, I didn't get to Defog for my Kyurem anyway, and that's the main reason why I lost right there, but let's go ahead and calc that Tangrowth right there. We're able to win the match. I highly doubt it mattered. Just without Assault Vest, how much is Spec Sash Greninja's Hydro Pump doing? Greninja Ash Hydro Pump, 41 to 49, and yeah, we were well above that. We were at like 56 or something, and that would have guaranteed him in range of Bullet Punch. So we're able to win that game right there anyway, which is definitely very cool. And I actually forgot to change the fan art for this video. That's pretty bad, but yeah, glad we were able to pick up that last win right there, go 4-2, And yeah, once again, the team is down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out, of course. And I'll see you next time. Later.